It's Madden NFL 23 on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Saints and the 49ers on Sunday night primetime.
We're about 40 miles south of Candlestick Point as we welcome you inside Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the New Orleans Saints and the San Francisco 49ers. Again, everybody, alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, when you and I were going through our final run-throughs at breakfast, we kept thinking tonight we're going to get to see a couple of very good passing offenses.
And we're talking about both sides having multiple receivers that could have an impact on this game. It's not just one guy that's going to make all the plays. If you take him away, maybe number 2, number 3, they make the big plays that impact who wins the game.
Ready to get this one started. And we are underway from Santa Clara. This fielded right at the goal line. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. They'll be led out by Mr. Irrelevant in the 2022 draft, a guy with something to prove, Iowa State's career passing leader. And that's Brock Purdy.
For every rookie prospect, there are always nerves involved in this moment. Running your team out to start a game. But there's a reason they brought him in. We're willing to make him their starter today. They believe he can overcome those nerves and lead his team to a victory. We saw him do it at the collegiate level and really make himself into a leader and someone you can envision doing the exact same thing here in the NFL.
And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, 49ers. Christian McCaffrey, 63 yards. And the 49ers put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. Let's make no bones about it. On paper, they're the better team. They're at home. That's a strong opening drive.
And just think how many times we've seen this type of a matchup. Just what you said, better team at home should steamroll them. And we've seen it go the other way. Sometimes, though, they buy into it and understand we are the better team. Let's go out and prove it right now.
Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. One play on the ground and into the end zone for 6. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15. So here come the Saints now for their first drive. They're led out by a 3-time Pro Bowler, owner of over 35,000 passing yards in 11 seasons, the veteran Andy Dalton.
And the tendency for most of these guys is to want to match things right away because they have a lot of confidence in their talent too. They just saw a big strike against their team, and you know they're thinking to themselves, I can get this back right now on one play. Well, if it's there, you take it, but otherwise, just go ahead and calm your team down. Run the offense, get things going, and see how things settle in.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Dalton looking for Thomas, but that's intercepted. Dalton picked up by another Horned Frog, Jason Verrett, and into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. Well, we went from scoreless to 13-0 in a hurry. First, their offense had the touchdown, and now the defense comes through with one.
You can't get a better 1-2 punch than that. Pop a touchdown offense by getting one on defense. If they keep that effort up, You'll take the other sideline out of this one very quickly.
Now goal for the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Taken in at the 3. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. Dalton right back on the horse after the pick six. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is going to be 49er football. Every week we hear talk about create turnovers. In particular, they wanted to force some fumbles. They got one right there.
And it shows you how the game has changed over time. It used to be good enough for a guy to get a sack of a quarterback in the pocket. Now, if you come to the sidelines and you didn't knock the ball free, your coaches are upset with you. All right, so if you're a quarterback, it starts all the way back in the youth leagues. Take care of the ball, take care of the ball, take care of the ball, because here come the defenders.
The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? First and across the goal line into the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. Christian McCaffrey with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the 49ers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So 2 drives, 2 touchdowns here in this first quarter, and he's got both of them.
Well, he's certainly setting himself up for a big game here, and I think if the play caller doesn't get in his own way, they should keep riding him the entire way of this game. Until the defense proves they can stop him, that's what I would call.
Gold with the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. Fields this way up at the 17. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. Third down, a shot here for Dalton. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Dre Greenlaw getting home on that one. Not the start to this one that any quarterback would want or envision. Remember, he had the pick six, and here he ends up on his backside.
And you have to wonder to yourself, okay, after throwing the pick six, did he get too careful with the football and not deliver downfield and take that sack? They've got to make sure that he's really into this game.
Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down. Back deep, Ray McLeod. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. Well, that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And some room to maneuver. 99 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start.
And it is still early, just the first quarter. But you start prorating the numbers, and we might be in for some history. I mean, that last run puts him over 100 yards already, and we've still got 3 quarters to go.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again, running right through it. And he's got this down to the 35. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating him up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
Touchdown, 49ers! Deebo Samuel, 35 yards. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
Boy, just zero hesitation from the rookie passer there, partner. He is coming out firing in this opening quarter.
And all the talk leading into this game was that pass rush talking about challenging this guy, getting into his grill, getting into his space. And how about him? Might be his first year in the NFL, but I don't see any fear in him at all. How about that big-time throw right out of the gate?
Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that makes the score 28-0.
So this not what we expected. 28-0 here in the first as another kickoff is away. Taken in at the 3. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
And now the Saints get set to trot out there. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. So Dalton now. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And a costly turnover there as the ball will be spotted 1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
This defense, Charles, very opportunistic here early. A second fumble recovery in this first quarter of play.
Yeah, you mentioned the right word, opportunistic and aggressive, because once they got the first fumble recovery, they were eager to get a second one, and sometimes they just come in bunches. On the flip side, they've got to figure out how to hold the ball because the play calls seem to be okay. They're just not executing.
The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Christian McCaffrey
doing it again with his 3rd touchdown here in the opening quarter.
And the 49ers open the lead up to 34-0.
Now, first quarter, and this lead is already getting into dangerous territory. They better be careful on the other sideline.
Yeah, it feels a little bit more like a basketball game where one team is pressing and that team can't get the ball over half court. I mean, it's stealing it and scoring it, layups, the whole deal. That's what it feels like right now. They are all over them.
Gold to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. A nice, tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it.